So, I want to tell you a story that might sound a little too familiar if you've ever tried to grow a business. It's a story about a massive, massive amount of effort that led to absolutely nothing. But more importantly, it's about the one fix that changed everything.
Just think about this number for a second. 4,000.
I mean, that's 4,000 people you had to find, pull from some list, probably skip trace to get their info, and then load them all into a campaign. We're talking hours and hours, maybe even days of just pure grunt work before you can even hit send. And after all that time, all that money, this is the number of actual real leads you get back. A big, fat zero. Nothing. It is a complete and total failure. You know, it's the kind of thing that makes you want to just throw your hands up and quit. And look, this isn't some made-up story to make a point. This is a real quote from a real estate investor on Reddit. And the crazy part is, they had all the right tools. They were using PropStream, BatchLeads, GoHighLevel. They were doing everything they were supposed to do. But they were missing the one piece that actually mattered. See, this person's story isn't some isolated incident. It's a symptom of a much, much bigger problem. It's the story of a broken system that so many of us get trapped in. A system that just demands more effort for less reward. So why on earth does this happen all the time? I mean, if you've ever felt like you're just spinning your wheels trying to get leads, you are definitely not alone. And the good news? It's probably not your fault. Well, first off, there's just the human element. Let's be honest, cold outreach is draining. It just is. As another person on Reddit said, some days you have the energy, but most days you just don't. And that inconsistency, it is the #1 killer of your pipeline. You can have the greatest list in the world, but if you can't work it day in and day out, it's basically worthless. And then there's the targeting problem. When you're using the same public records as, 50 other people in your city, your message just becomes noise. You're not providing any real value. You're just another phone call they have to ignore. Remember this, having fresh, targeted data is so much more important than just having a huge list. It really just boils down to these 4 things. You've got stale lists that everyone else is using. You've got the human burnout that leads to inconsistency. You might have expensive virtual assistants who aren't really qualifying leads well. And then, and this is the big one, you have almost no follow-up. Did you know the average salesperson follows up like 1 time? But most deals happen between the 8th and 12th contact. The whole system is just built to let money fall right through the cracks. Okay, but this is where the story pivots. This is the turning point. Because the solution isn't to work harder. It's not about making more calls or buying bigger lists. The real solution is to completely change the system. It's about shifting from brute force to, intelligent automation. So what are we really talking about here? AI lead generation just means using technology to do all the repetitive, soul-crushing tasks that lead to that burnout we talked about. It's a system that can contact, qualify, and follow up with thousands of leads 24/7 without ever getting tired. And that frees you up to do what you're actually good at, building relationships and closing deals. All right, so let's get into the new playbook. This is the practical, step-by-step process that flips the whole script from total frustration to predictable success. It's all about pairing that smart data with tireless, automated action. So here's what that new workflow actually looks like. You start with a tool like PropStream to build these super targeted lists. I'm talking stacking motivations, right? Like probate plus vacant plus high equity. Then instead of spending the next few weeks dialing your fingers to the bone, you just feed that list right into an AI system. The AI does all the heavy lifting. It calls, it texts, it has real conversations to qualify them. And the best part? It books the hot leads directly on your calendar and then automatically nurtures everybody else for the next 90 days. And when you actually compare the options side by side, I mean, it's not even a contest. Just look at the cost. An AI system is a fraction of what you'd pay a VA team. And it's way cheaper than the opportunity cost of you doing it yourself. It works 24/7, it never gets burned out, and most importantly, it actually does the follow-up. That persistent follow-up is what turns a maybe later into a signed contract. So let's talk about what really matters, the financial impact. Because a cool system is nice and all, but a profitable system, that's what changes your entire business. Now this is the key. Your marketing spend stays the same. You're not buying more leads, you're just plugging the leads you already have into a much better engine. Because you improve the speed of your response and the persistence of your follow-up, your conversion rate more than doubles. And that one little change turns into 1 or 2 extra deals every single quarter. And here it is, the bottom line. After you subtract the cost of the AI system, you are looking at a net annual gain of over $22,000 to $56,000. It's not about spending more, it's about converting more of what you already paid for. The ROI is just undeniable. So let's think back to that investor on Reddit. The motivated sellers, they were already in that list of 4,000 people. The deals were there, just waiting to be found. But the manual system he was using was almost designed to miss them. It was too slow, too inconsistent, and it gave up way, way too early.
So this brings us to the final and most critical question you need to ask yourself. The leads you need to hit your goals, they are very likely already in the lists you have right now. The real question is your system actually built to find them? Is it built to engage them and convert them, or is it letting them slip away?